So I'm back on the Curry Mile. It's episode 6, and you know what? I think I might have been wrong. By that was, I was suggesting the Curry Mile had finished and that really there wasn't anywhere really decent that you could get curry on the so-called Curry Mile, but that's not exactly true. Obviously we reviewed the Sanam last time and that was exceptional. This time we're going to somewhere that's unique, somewhere that's different, somewhere that imports its own spices from India. They're that passionate about what they do. Where are we going? We're going to Bardez. So without further ado, let's go and take a look. The address below, but it's 35 Wilmslow Road, so right at the end of the Curry Mile. Apparently they've got 2 restaurants in Manchester, one in Didsbury and one in Rusholme, and it was recommended, it became highly recommended to try, and I'll be honest, I've never tried it before. All their spices that they use in their food comes from Kerala in India. They import their own spices, and they've won awards, this place. Not only have they won the 2024 UK Curry Awards, but they also were awarded, it says, Outstanding Culinary Experience from the UK Houses of Parliament. Just take a look at this. So we've got these lamb chops, and they come with like a mint chutney, as you can see there. Extra mint chutney and some tamarind here. This is the Amritsar fish. So it's lightly battered and spiced. I think I'm just going to use my fingers actually. Take a look at that. It's cooked just right. I tend not to, I don't eat a lot of meat, as you know, but I don't like meat that's rare. I don't like to be reminded of what it was. But this, I don't like meat that's overly cooked as well. Too well cooked. This is just right. It's just in the middle, so it's just perfect for me. The flavour on these chops permeates right through the chops. The marinade is excellent, and it's not too strong. Sometimes you can have some things that are marinated, and it's almost like the marinade is so strong you can't taste the flavours of the meat. This is not the case. It just goes so well. It's subtly marinated, but really, really tasty. And the meat's juicy. It's not dry. So it's been cooked just right. I'm going to Katie to see what she thinks, because they're really, really good, them. What do you think of them?
So juicy.
So let's just give this mint chutney a go. That mint chutney is a flavour explosion in the mouth. Not only can you taste the mint, but the lamb chops are really good. What's this?
This is pani puri shots, the Indian street food.
Oh, fantastic. She's just brought us these, we told them that we were doing a review and they were pleased for us to do that. These are these pani puri shots, which are Indian street food. But if you can see inside that, just have a look in that. I'll have to ask them what's in this. I'll tell you a little bit later. I'm not sure what's in that. In this I can see there's pomegranate in there and some like chaat, and looks like there's a little bit of chickpea and maybe a bit of onion. So wow. Wow, it's an absolute flavour explosion. So we've got this Amritsar fish. We'll put a bit of lemon on it. Didn't put any lemon on the lamb because I didn't really want to put lemon on it. I just wanted to try it with the green chutney, and I didn't want to interfere with that flavour, but put some lemon on this. That's really nice. You can see that there. That is so delicately spiced, not strong at all, but really, really subtle, lovely. And you can taste different layers of flavour there. Just try it with some of this chutney. Looks like they've used fenugreek leaf in the batter. You can just sort of taste that. The fish itself isn't too soft. Sometimes when you get fried fish, in some places, it can be just a little bit too soft, a bit mushy. But this is lovely. It's not chewy. It's got enough firmness to it. I'll give Katie a little taste, see what she thinks. Want some with the chutney?
Yeah, just have that as a main.
Did you hear? I don't know if you heard what Katie said there. She said she could just have that as a main. So lovely. Let's try it with this tamarind. Oh, wow. Wow, that's one of the nicest tamarind sauces I've ever tasted. That's amazing. That tamarind sauce. I don't think I've ever tried a tamarind like that. You know, you get the tamarind out of a bottle. Most Indian restaurants, when they give you tamarind sauce, it'll be coming out of a jar or a bottle. That, I think, is homemade. That's got like almost like a molasses flavour. It's almost got like a sort of a, you know, like if you've ever had molasses, that sort of, it's like that strong caramelly sort of sweet flavour. That's how that tastes. Our mains have just come, and what we've got here is chicken chattanad, which is an Indian curry with coconut, made with fresh coconut, and it's described on the menu as fiery hot. There's looks like a Kashmiri style or bird's eye red chilli there. Looks like some fresh mint leaves. These look like curry leaves. Some curry leaves here. Lovely rich sauce there. And I think looking at that sauce, it's definitely made with ghee. That our lamb dum, which is like a lamb on the bone. I don't think it's particularly spicy, this. You can see some nice chopped pieces of fresh red chilli, some fresh root ginger, and some fresh coriander. I'm looking forward to trying that. And then we have here our pilau rice. And we've got here a lovely roti. So I'd just like to try the sauce first. It's quite an intense flavour, that. I was expecting that to be a little bit sweet, especially when she said it's made with fresh coconut. Can't say I detect the coconut in that yet, but I'll give it another go, obviously. I've never had this particular dish before, chicken chattanad, so I'm not too sure what I'm supposed to be tasting. Sometimes you have like an expectation, don't you, in your mind as to how something should taste. But it's, I wouldn't say it was fiery hot, but sometimes with some spicy curries, they build on you, don't they? So you take one mouthful, you think, it's not too bad. And then as you eat it, it gets hotter. So far, not really, really hot. I'm just going to try the rice on its own. That's excellent. That's superb rice, that. Every grain is separate, as you can see. And we've got some cumin seed. And it looks like there's a little bit of ghee in there, just to give it a gloss. Really nice pilau rice, has a nice gloss to it, which that does. Let's just try this chicken.
That looked tender.
Chicken thigh. So they've used chicken thigh, which is, that gets a 10 out of 10 for me straight away. Long chicken breast, excellent. It's so tender. And it's really, really well, it tastes like it's been marinated, seasoned. It doesn't just taste of chicken sat in a curry sauce. You can actually taste its own unique flavour profile. But let's just try it with the sauce, some of the rice. It's got a unique taste. I'm trying to, you know when you're trying to put your finger on something, you think, what is that? It's very subtly spiced. It has layers of flavour. I can't taste chilli. I can't really taste anything that's standing out and going, that's what that is. It's like a sort of a very unique blend of something that just has a unique characteristic taste. It has a little bit of a sourness to it. And it's probably got slightly too much salt in it for my liking. I wouldn't say it was bad, but it is well seasoned. So I like it, but it's got like I know what it is. I think the sourness is fenugreek. That chicken, just try this chicken, Katie. perfect. That chicken's spot on. So we're now going to move on to the lamb. So this is lamb on the bone, by the way, guys. Which, you know how I feel about lamb on the bone. I love it. I think some people, they struggle with the idea of eating meat on the bone, but I just feel that the flavour that it adds to the curry is just so worth any inconvenience that it causes you to eat it, just because you can't eat it just like you would eat anything else that you have to sort of deal with the bone. But for me, it's just so much better. The sauce that you get, especially when it's cooked in the sauce. So I'm just going to try some of this sauce on its own first. Wow, that's lovely. That's the flavour of lamb just permeates right through that sauce. That's like eating a well-cooked lamb stew. So good, so rich, very rich, that, and that's because I think they've made that with ghee. Again, subtle layers of flavour. There's nothing overt. There's nothing that just stands right out and goes which I like that, because it just it allows you to taste everything in the dish, the meat, the sauce, the rice. Nothing's just overpowering. So I really like that. So let's just try some of this lamb. Cooked to perfection. Not chewy, not dry. Lovely, really lovely. I'm just going to take a little piece of this lamb off the bone. That is so tasty. They really have been very clever with the blend of spice here. Sometimes you can either go one way or the other. You know, you can either go and have a curry that they've overdone the spices a little bit, and it dominates the flavour, whatever that spice is. Sometimes they don't do enough, so it does taste like a very mildly spiced stew, which I've had that before. One that we tried at Cheetham Hill, I think it was the cabinet, to be honest with you. It was good, but it just tasted a little bit, it just didn't have enough of a curry flavour to it. This gets it spot on right. We'll finish up here, and then when we go outside, I'll give you the full review. So this is a mango kulfi, and he's given us this as an extra. So obviously we're paying for the food, but he said no, he wanted us to try it, so we're trying it. But oh my goodness, that is so good. That is like the freshness of mango with ice and cream, and so sweet. It's just, that's lovely. It's so refreshing. It's exactly what you want after you've had a hot and spicy curry. There you go, try that. It's a big smile, a big smile.
I do have a sweet tooth, but that's the nicest ice cream I think I've ever had.
That doesn't taste tainted. You know, some things are so sweet or so creamy or so rich, they're just a bit tainted and a bit like, oh, I can't eat too much of that.
Fresh.
That is fresh.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that tastes completely natural. Like, you could just eat all of that. It's just so good. So we just finished eating in Bardez there, and the food was out of this world. And the fact that they import their own spices from Kerala just tells you about the passion that these people have. And as we were just finishing up the meal, Jolene, who was the waitress that served us, she rang the manager, Marcus, to tell him that we were there, and he came down. I don't know where he was, but he came down to meet us, and we had a lovely conversation with him at the end of the meal. And he was telling us about their background. He's from Goa in India, and just really that they wanted to do something completely different. We were just talking about how the British Indian restaurant industry is really a little bit in decline in many places, but what they're trying to do is just provide something that's absolutely excellent. We told him that we were blown away, but we said that one of the dishes, which is the chicken chata naan, just had slightly too much salt for our liking. But we said we have to be completely honest, because obviously we're reviewing it. But even so, and that's just probably a personal thing, everything was superb. It was, it just excelled our expectations. In fact, it rated in one of the top 3 best restaurants in Manchester, and I can honestly see why. And so if you're looking for somewhere really good to go on the Curry Mile, I would definitely recommend this place, 10 out of 10.